No more vegetables.
Oh, come on.
It's meat time.
No! I'm gonna try to sneak up on him. Straight to the meat he goes. Laser focused. He's the meat man. There he is. He doesn't even see me. He doesn't even know I'm right behind him.
Okay. And it's yeah, man, it's good. Yeah.
Still doesn't. I've been behind you for so long. How do you like your steak?
Medium rare. Like
Well
really.
done.
Brand, you're gonna be asked to leave.
I like it well
No,
done.
like you're gone. Like you're not able to stay.
I had my first steak about 1.5 years ago, ever.
What?
From Longhorn, yeah.
Brand.
I know. I know. So
From
uncultured. Yes.
Are you okay? She's not okay.
So, no more vegetable meetups. We're at my specialty, which is meat, and I love it. And why I love Fresh Market, okay, is they've got obviously, as you can see, a very, very nice selection. But they've got 2 real good cuts of meat that I always look at. So first you have your USDA prime. Okay, so what that's gonna be is it's gonna be a higher fat content. Bri, come here.
Oh, sorry.
Look at this fat right here. You need that in a piece of meat. That's what's all the flavor, all the tenderness, all the goodness. Off of your prime, you have what's called choice. So now if you notice, it's a little bit different price point, $19.99 to $14.99. It's not that it's bad, it's just not as good as your prime, okay? So when you're looking for this meat, I always tend to lean more towards the prime, a little bit more than the choice. Also, what I'll look at is if you look at these big old fat tomahawks right here, or these porterhouse, anything with a bone is gonna really, really offer a lot of more flavor. So, good fat content, bone-in steaks are gonna be your best choice of really steak to choose when you come down and look at what you got. Now, I've been given the task to get Mr. Bri or Miss Bri and Mr. Zach a steak for tonight.
You're not invited.
Wait, I can't wait. So those are short ribs. Okay.
Short rib and a long rib.
A short rib and a long rib. Where's the long rib? We want to know.
It's not a long rib or a short rib, babe. You can't just get a long rib. It's just the rib and the meat is the rib. They're just cut into short pieces. It's hard with chicken. You got to look at obviously the quality of the chicken and basically antibiotic free, non-GMO. How is it raised? Okay, so if it's on a vegetarian diet, a lot of these farms, the mass producing farms, they'll have like chicken feed and it won't say vegetarian diet. Again, you're paying for quality here. So, we know all these chickens were raised under the right environment.
Happy chickens.
Happy chickens. A mark of a really good grocery store is if you see like the pre-packaged stuff, it's a lot smaller than obviously the butcher market.
Is
you
it?
want to try and grab basically just the freshest quality. So this is going to be smaller. The bigger markets, the Publix, the Kroger's, it's not that there's anything bad with them, but you could tell they focus really a lot on quality, going right up to the butcher, asking questions, getting good feedback and what's been cut, what's fresh. So you could go ahead and buy it and you get the best bang for your buck.
Give me a vegetable.
Come here.
Okay.
So broccolini is just basically a younger broccoli.
The veal of the vegetable world.
And so I've decided that broccoli is the Bri and broccolini is me, because I'm just a younger version of Bri.
We've decided that we need to have a snack.
So at least try. Wouldn't be an avocado.
It wouldn't be an avocado if we didn't do a snack. Or this is the first selection, and I just saw it, and I'm like fiending chocolate right now. Organic chocolate liqueur, organic cane sugar, organic cocoa butter, organic cacao nibs, organic lectin, and organic vanilla extract.
Sounds like you picked out my dessert.
That sounds so
That's
good.
it.
All organic.
Ooh.
And it's dark.
Yeah.
Antioxidants. How
And what else?
you
Magnesium.
doing? How you doing? I feel like this was destined to happen. We had a great day today in there. What? With the sunglasses.
I'll pile.
I'll pile.
I knew it was serious when they started screaming aisle pile at the speed clean ladder.
Yep.
Remember I had to go by myself? That was the most embarrassing thing I've ever done.
Oh, that's funny because you just humiliated me by beating me in the speed ladder. It's fine.
Okay, where are we? What do we do?
Vegetables are great, but we need some substance here. Meat, you just need a big old fat steak. And we found that.
We did.
We did. We
Did
did.
we
We
not?
found 2, in fact. It's actually holding up the camera right now.
It is
That's
actually.
a big mistake. So that's my dinner. My dinner is holding up the phone.
In trying to find a selection of good meat, there's a lot of like good tips that you can basically just learn from watching Aisle Pile. Hello, drop. Or do a lot of research. And so what we did today is we kind of, and we really picked a lot of the brain of the butcher. And that's one tip I have for you is basically get to know maybe a local butcher that can help you with some meat selection. I think it's a great thing. And also to read about it. If it's something that you're passionate about or something that you want to do for your family, you're going to have a lot of education on it with the quality of the meat, and there's going to become different quality, and obviously it's going to be different price points. So you got to do what's best for your family and what works with your budget. We do obviously understand that meat and vegetables are probably through the roof right now, groceries in general. So you got to do what's best for you. But if you're looking for a really good quality of meat, there's 2 that I always lean towards, especially when it comes to beef. It's Prime and Choice. Now, what Fresh Market has, which is awesome, they've got what's called Choice Plus. So it's basically like Choice leveled up. So really when you get these cuts of meat, there's a couple different ways that you can prep them, if you will.
He just carries rubs in
I
his
just
truck.
carry rubs in my truck. People think you got to doctor up a steak. You do not. Let me tell you, you do not. You keep it stupid simple. So what I use, salt, butcher's pepper. That's it. Salt and pepper. That's it. For one, you want to bring up that steak to room temperature. You don't want to either A, pull it out of the freezer and put it right on the grill. Also, too, you can do a little bit of brining. So what I do, and brining is usually a period of time with that. Now, what brining does is it basically tenderizes the muscle. It breaks down all the hard fibers in the muscle that would make that meat tough. It also keeps the natural moisture and the natural juices from that muscle, from all the cells within that meat, keeping it all in-house.
All right, so there's going to be a question that comes out of this. I already know what it's going to be.
Hit me.
How often can I eat red meat?
I eat it at least 2-3 times a week. And
How often do you eat red meat?
Probably like twice a week.
Really?
Yeah.
well,
It's also going to depend on the person.
Do you cook it on a grill or like a cast iron skillet?
excellent question. So there's a couple different ways you could do it. Number one, I believe in open flame. So I think that's one of the
He
best.
believes.
I believe in
flame.
open flame because there's a lot of flavor in
The
open flame.
best steak I've ever had was over a campfire.
Yeah. And what I did was it's a method called a reverse sear. So what I actually put it in the oven at a very low heat. Once that meat is to the desired temperature that you like, okay, usually around 135, 140. For you, it'll be like 155, 160.
500.
And that's 500. Now we have that super hot cast iron. We take it off, and then we put the meat right on there. It's flaming hot. Usually we could put butter, you could put rosemary, so it's a nice little recipe for those that don't necessarily have an open flame or a grill.
You know, if you're iron deficient, a good way to get iron is just cooking in a cast iron.
I did not know that.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, I'm opening this. I can't
Let's
take
do
it
this.
anymore.
Need more.
Extra dark, organic dark chocolate with cacao nibs.
You've just taken a pardon pen in my hand.
Yeah, she does things in people's cars.
Bryn,
Yeah.
how do we do this?
We talk about it.
Brinley likes to sniff it.
Sometimes it ends up in my hair.
Yeah, Brinley's always, she's much like your daughter, your toddler, in that she throws up,
Back
she
together.
spits up, things go flying.
It's
There's
not
a
my
plastic
fault.
bag down there if you need.
Oh,
Brinley, how old are you?
23.
So you're definitely the broccolini.
You're such a broccolini.
Cheers.
Salud.
Cheers.
Down the hatch.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't like this. I don't like that.
These are so good, y'all. Everyone gets a serving. Here you go. 2 more for you.
Oh, yes. Whoa.
Well, I'm gonna give you 2. I'm gonna give you 2.
I thought those
Listen,
were-
children. I feel like I've been like the mom back here.
I thought they were for us to share. She pulled away. Unreal. What do you think about like this Beyond Meat? Like
No.
Oh. We
Look,
talked about it at Costco.
if you're gonna do Beyond, don't Beyond Meat is just filled with a whole bunch of other fillers and chemicals. And if you're looking for a better option, if you aren't vegetarian, you're like, oh, Beyond Meat must be healthy. It is not.
You broke my pen.
But see, I was unaware that I thought, when you pick meat, grass-fed, organic, all that stuff, but there's so much more that goes into it.
It's more just what's your personal preference. I kind of grew up, basically, you go to the butcher, you find a good cut of meat, you bring it home, you cook it, and you have a family meal around, and you're honoring essentially that animal as well. Much better way to go is really kind of supporting your local farmer. If there's actually, a local farm stand that has free-range chickens or cage-free, or, I would buy from them over, say, a Purdue or a Tyson, because just the way the animal was raised. And a lot of times it's the same in the steak world too. A lot of these cows, they're free range, and that's what makes them choice. They brought up inside the fact that some of these cows are actually massaged, and it's literally the quality of meat, and you pay a price, but a lot of the way a lot of the texture and the quality of the meat is the way the animal was raised. And it may sound gruesome, but the way it was killed as well. If it's under a lot of stress, that's going to be definitely affected the way the meat, for sure.
Be inquisitive, educate yourself, talk to someone behind the counter.
It's never a problem to ask questions.
No, about your health,
questions.
about your food,
There you go.
which is the same thing.
That's it. We're just
This
here to
rolls us
provide
right
answers.
into the next section of our video.
What?
You know what it is.
What do we got?
Question time. But the best thing that's happened in the last 24 hours. Mine is these chocolate things.
The best thing for
Last
me personally, this is my daughter's first Halloween. So she had her first Halloween
Tell me
party.
what she is.
She's a dinosaur. And we dressed her up as a dinosaur, and my wife did a fantastic job of this. Yo, this was fun.
Mine was the chocolate.
This is the chocolate.
What's yours?
Yeah, it was delicious. In class this morning,
Class was tough.
the three of us were wreaking havoc.
Dude.
We were wreaking havoc.
I mean, I did
What are you talking about? We had
I did a
we made the
worm.
best class.
on a wall ball to get to Bri.
Yes, she did.
You did what?
A worm.
The worm, she just slid on the wall ball right over to me.
Just to get to Bri.
Can't get her away from
I
me.
feel like your specialty is sneaking up on people.
Yeah.
That is Brinley. Sneaky Brinley.
Ask my husband.
Sneaky broccolini.
He has to always be on edge.
So I was listening to the best podcast by Dr.
I did too.
Did you listen to, oh,
Mark Hyman. I listened.
did you listen to when I sent you?
Not yet. She sent it like an hour ago.
All right, well, I listened to one from Dr. Mark Hyman, and he was talking to Dr. Amen, who is like one of our top like brain psychiatrists in the country, and they were talking about the impact of omega-3s, and so, dude, I was on a roll, and you're breaking pens.
Brad.
Child. Give me the pen.
I just need something in my hand.
Give me the pen.
Here,
Take the Snoopy.
Snoopy.
Oh, my word.
Something.
Don't break Snoopy, though. That's from my nephew. Can't do that.
Okay.
Can't break
How
Snoopy.
perfect. Okay, Dr. Mark Hyman.
Dr. Amen was talking about how mental illness in this country is not something to be shamed about, but instead it's actually a lack of nutrients, and you don't have to have the same brain your whole life. Based on what you eat and the supplements you take, huge impact on omega-3s can totally change your brain. People, like, there's a thing called neuroplasticity, and that's just a huge relief for a lot of people. Like, you aren't stuck if you have things like depression or anxiety. Like, you can fix that based on your lifestyle, based on what you consume. It's a huge impact for me. I struggle with both those things, so it's
100%.
just
You don't have to raise your hand in
yes
here.
she does.
I do. But off of that, off of the like lack of nutrients, I learned something today that I thought was really interesting. That over the past 50 years, that how like our soil has changed is called monocropping. I think you mentioned it in a video, but it's just like depleted it so much, and that to get the same nutrients from one orange, you have to, I'm trying to think of how they phrased it, you have to eat like 8 oranges to compare to an orange from 50 years ago.
Yeah.
Like, how do you phrase that better?
No, you said it right.
It's just so
good.
crazy.
The nutrient profile of our foods today are just so minuscule to what they were because
it's
of
insane.
monocropping. That's
Which
why
is
I
why
always
we're-
recommend magnesium.
Yeah, and why we're so depleted in so many minerals, because of the lack of nutrients in all of our like produce and stuff.
So we have to make our best choices. That's why we have this Io Pio video, and we're gonna sign off, y'all.
This was awesome.
Thanks for coming, Chris.
Click.
Meet
Chris.
up.
Meet up.
Woo!
Woo!
See ya.
Chris out.